All right, I'm trying to record this again, y'all. I have become so deaf to hearing dogs bark that when I played this back, all I could hear was a dog in the background about every 10 seconds. Bark, 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 bark. I didn't even notice it while I was recording it. So, what we're talking about now are different Linux distributions. No matter who puts the distribution together, what you're really looking at, what you're really working with, is the desktop environment. And they come with a name like GNOME, KDE, Cinnamon, Unity. My favorites are Unity, GNOME, and Cinnamon. Cinnamon is quite a bit like working with a Microsoft XP 7, 8, 10 computer as far as the layout of the menu and everything like that. GNOME is quite a bit like working with an Apple computer. Unity is not like any of the above, but it is a real easy machine to work with and has a great workflow. They're all good in my book except KDE. I have a tendency to break the hell out of KDE. And no matter what I do, I break it and then I gotta, try and figure out how to fix it. And usually I cannot. So I've kind of given up on KDE throughout time. Doesn't mean I dislike it, just means that it doesn't work real handy for me. Other than that, it's just deciding what you're comfortable working with. Everyone gets so twisted up about which distribution is best. Well, they're all good. They all have about the same variables in it. It's not a real difficult thing to work with, just figuring out which desktop is best for you. Now, the other really neat thing is when you go out and you buy Windows, if you built a machine, you're going to spend $50 to $80 for your copy of Windows to put on your new machine. If you're sneaky and you know how to do it, sometimes you can do it for free. But generally speaking, if you're going to get it done right, you're going to spend $60 to $80. So you kind of stick with it because guess what? Well, you don't want to throw that money away. Not to mention the fact if you want an office suite to go with it, anything from $80 to $300. You want a photo manager in it, another $30, $35. We can just go on forever. Every program you put in there is going to cost you another $20 to $60 depending on what it is. With Linux, that all comes bundled in with your distribution. So, and if you don't like it, guess what? You didn't throw a whole bunch of money away. Just delete it, try someone else's distribution, see if that is more comfortable to you, and move on with life. When you find the one you like, keep it. And oh, by the way, if they change things and you no longer like it, don't get upset. Just change. Because, hell, it's all pretty much no cost anyway. Well, that is our talk for the day. And love you guys. Only thing else I want to talk about is I'd like to say to you, I just saw in the news today that not Ron DeSantis, I'm sorry, but Governor Abbott down in Texas is trying to make it so your insurance carriers, if your employer decides to argue about it, they don't have to provide you with antivirals to protect you from AIDS, HIV. In other words, he wants to kill gay people. So he wants to make it illegal for you to have an abortion, because God knows every little baby is, God's child, and you just can't be out there doing that. But if they grow up to be a fag, he could care less. Kill them all. He is an evil, evil man. He doesn't deserve to be your governor. He doesn't deserve to be working for you. You have a great alternative coming up at the polls this year, Beto O'Rourke, a compassionate man who cares about people, all people. Next thing is, My governor, your governor, and Governor DeSantis have been shipping people off the border wide open in buses, airplanes, however they can get them to someplace else. My governor's trick is to send them over to San Francisco because they're a sanctuary state. And he just hates that. Bottom line, he hates Mexicans. Governor Abbott, yeah, he's flying them out to what, Martha's Vineyard, the island off the East Coast, just to be hateful. Ron DeSantis down in Florida, man, he's putting them in buses and sending them over to Washington, D.C. Do you see kind of a theme here among Republicans? They don't like people of color. You've got a horrible human being down in Texas, terrible Ted Cruz. He is Cuban, half Cuban. His daddy was an immigrant to this country. As he said the other day, we need to tighten up these borders and keep these damn immigrants out. And I said, you bet we do. If we'd have kept your father out, we wouldn't be having to put up with you right now. Well, that is the truth, okay? But you know what? We're a big country. We're a big place. People want to come here. People want to better their lives. That's how we ended up here. You know, well, maybe not we as in our family. Half of our family, that's how they ended up here. You know, the English that came over here, the Germans that came over here. The Spaniards on our father's side all came here on Spanish land grants. They were rich to begin with. But the bottom line is, we all came here for a better life. And when you get right down to it, we probably do have a better life than most other countries. Of course, we're giving it up. We're giving it away to the people that want to take it from us for their own profit and their own happiness. So, ladies, get out there and vote. Okay? They want to take away your right to have an abortion. They want to take away the right of people to get the antivirals for AIDS. Right now, there are so many people that have died because of the anti-abortion legislation there in Texas. They do not want to let the stats out on women that have died during pregnancy because it's not a good number. And they're trying to hold that information until after the 2026 or 2024 election. They don't want to release those numbers until 2025, and they've openly stated that. So as you might guess, there are a lot of mommies who had bad pregnancies that should not have tried to carry them, and they did, and they died. We're trying to go back to the turn of the century where women who died in childbirth, women who died in pregnancy was a really large number. We don't want to go back there. We really don't. Anyway, I love you guys. Think about your vote. Get out there and vote. Get out there and protect yourselves. I love you all. Talk to you later. Bye.